What do you consider a timeless game? Playing Super Mario Odyssey feels like what I remember Mario 64 playing and feeling like. One of my first thoughts was the control is so good, the camera, the movement, this feels like Mario 64, this is great. When I actually do play Mario 64 today, it doesn't play nearly as good as the memories I have of it. Don't get me wrong, Mario 64 is a classic, a masterpiece in its own right. It broke new ground and paved the way for 3D platformers and what we have today. But I would not consider that experience to be timeless. A timeless game for me is just that, timeless. No matter when you play it, the experience holds up. And for me, that is Super Mario Odyssey. Welcome to completion number 17 of the Potato Backlog Project. Stick around to the end of the video for the Tater Raider, and let's go. Super Mario Odyssey released for the Nintendo Switch in 2017. If released today, almost 6 years later, it would still blow the doors off anything currently coming out. Bowser's back, and this time he's just straight up looking to marry Princess Peach. He kidnaps her and employs the services of these rabbit-type bad guys called the Brutals. They're helping him plan the wedding, and they're there to try to stop Mario from getting in the way. It's kind of crazy, but it's a Mario game. Your main goal in the game is searching for power moons in the different kingdoms, which power your ship, which is called Odyssey, which in turn allow you to fly to the next kingdom and chase down Bowser to try to stop the wedding. The twist in this game is a magical cap known as Cappy, who has a sister that is also kidnapped by Bowser. So naturally, you team up with Cappy and the adventure begins. Control and movement are so key in these types of games. They have to feel fun to play and feel natural to pick up and learn. Nothing is a struggle here. The game eases you into the new movement mechanics and the new capabilities of Cappy very nicely. The 3D Mario formula is shaken up a little bit with these changes, but it's all for the better. It's hard to explain just how natural it feels to play this game. The smooth responsiveness of everything you want to do. Even when you start to learn some of the more advanced techniques with Cappy, it still feels natural and smooth. There are motion control options that add some more depth, giving you ways to control Cappy's direction a little bit easier, but you lose nothing from the experience playing on something like the Pro Controller, which I did. The new movement abilities and Cappy's ability to transform you into other things drives the design of the worlds in Mario Odyssey. The kingdoms you travel to are all very cleverly designed, very well thought out, and very fun worlds to explore. Nintendo did a great job here of spreading out the difficulty of the moons to collect, some being easy, others being pretty difficult, but the game isn't designed to stall you out in any way or hold you back if you're a lower skill level. On the flip side, higher skilled players will find a boatload of difficult things to collect, and I got a lot of satisfaction from the little discoveries and harder to find things in this game. The amount of different Cappy transformations is actually impressive. I initially thought it was around 10, maybe 20 max. There are over 50 transformations in this game. While some are obviously better than others, funner to use, they all serve a purpose in the game in some form or another. Some of my favorites include the Cheep Cheep, which actually made water levels fun, the Tank because you're a tank, the Needle Nose guy who sticks on the walls, the classic Goomba as they don't slip on ice and you can stack them up, which is awesome, and the T-Rex because it's a flippin' T-Rex. And that's just to name a couple. There's a ton I love. There's so much to enjoy about the different transformations. They're all awesome. The gameplay variety added by being able to control things other than Mario as you work through the kingdoms really sets the game on another level from anything that came before it. Mario and his abilities alone with Cappy are great even without the transformations, but having to switch it up to solve for different moons, figure different things out, it just helps keep things fresh and exciting through the playthrough. As if that variety wasn't enough, Odyssey even found a way to give you some old school 2D Mario gameplay. In some of the worlds you find different pipes that transform you onto a 2D plane where you end up being the old 8-bit NES Mario. You can find moons and special coins in these areas, and it's just a great callback to the origins of the game and the character, and a very neat inclusion. Another big change to the classic formula was doing away with the concept of player lives. Here when you die you lose some coins instead. This works much better in a modern game since the coin resource is tied to buying items from the store. Losing these makes a lot more sense than losing lives, which ultimately mean nothing, since in the other mainline 3D games you would just start right back at the world you'd already advanced to. There was no real punishment. Speaking of the store, this is yet another point of new variety added to the game. There are a bunch of fun outfits you can buy with the normal coins you collect throughout the game. There are also kingdom-specific coins and outfits to collect in each world as well. The outfits don't add any new gameplay abilities, but it's nice to play a game where everything you can collect and earn is self-contained within the original purchase. There's no 3 different versions to unlock different Mario skins depending on how much money you want to give them. And I appreciate this, and I appreciate just how much content they stuffed into this game. With 14 kingdoms to explore and play through to roll credits on Super Mario Odyssey, there's just no shortage of game to play here. And it doesn't end after you roll the credits. For the completionist and people that want more, there's a ton of endgame to explore, including more kingdoms, new secrets, and up to 999 moons. I don't want to spoil any of it, even 6 years after release, as discovering this stuff on your own is just a great feeling and super fun. Trust me when I tell you, this game is worth every penny that you spend on it. 5 happy potato faces out of 5. I don't believe any video game is perfect, but if there's one that's close, it's Super Mario Odyssey. Timeless fun that I highly recommend to anybody that enjoys playing video games. I feel like I could talk forever about all the things I like about Super Mario Odyssey, but with a backlog of 431 games, I gotta be on to the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Be kind to yourselves and others that deserve it. We'll see you all in the next one. NSES. What? Where you end up being the old NES. What? Flight to the end. Flight right up to the end. Blah, blah, blah. And the T-Rex, because it's a Hey, timeless. And let's go. What?